Good evening, guys. The video today is all about black and white editing in Lightroom. I've recently got back from a photo shoot with a singer named Charlie Starr, who lives nearby me, and she wanted quite a few black and white photos for her photo set that we've done. I'm a big fan of black and white. If you look at some of my street photography, it is pretty much 95% edited and processed in black and white. And have a look through. There's plenty and plenty of black and white photos in my kind of sets and photos which I put up on Flickr or on Facebook. And while I was editing these photos, I came up with a couple of issues with the looks which I was trying to achieve, and that is resolved or kind of sorted out using colour temperature in black and white photos. And yes, it is possible, and yes, it does make a difference. So let's have a look. We've got, if we have a look down here, this is Charlie Starr. This is two of the photos which we're looking at to convert into black and white, and they're pretty much already kind of edited for colour, very simply, very quickly. But if we go into one of them and just kind of edit it for black and white, so this is our colour edit. If we just save that as a snapshot. If we then go into black and white and pump the contrast, because we like to have nice, crisp, deep blacks and bright whites when we're doing our black and whites. So if we pump this black down here, go up to strong contrast on the curve, see if we can just pull out a few of those shadows back. But you can see here how we're actually losing her top in terms of separation between the cushion and the sofa, and also her trousers here as well. And there's not really any way we could go into our HSLs. If we went back and had a look at the colour image, we can remember that her top was kind of a mustard yellow, so we can go into here and kind of push that up, and pushing all that up so it kind of pops off. But I wasn't particularly happy with that, and I would have liked it if the top would have stayed a little bit darker. But again, we can see it's merging and kind of not really separating from the background as much as we'd like. So what we can do, if we go to this snapshot here, is we can use colour temperature to change the actual overlook of the picture, and when it kind of converts into black and white, to then edit this in this direction. So let's have a look and see how we're going to do that. So if we go back to our original photograph, here we go. So what we're going to do, if we go into our black and white module now, we've got to understand that when we're using our colour temperature, it actually shifts the kind of whole tint of the image. If we come down here as well, and take the colour temperature and cool it down, cool it down, cool it down, we get into images like this. Okay, so if we go into our black and white module and then edit it to where we're comfortable with, so we want some strong contrast, of course, and we want to pull those blacks back a little bit. I've pushed the shadows up already, the contrast is already up. I think it might have remembered the last settings. Remember, in our black and white here we haven't touched any of the HSLs, and what we're going to do is we're just going to play with the colour temperature. I'm going to start by warming it up and see what that does to the tones in the black and white. Remember, we want to try and darken this down because I don't really want it a lighter version. I want it to be kind of really strong in this image, so I want this top to be a little bit darker. So if we warm the image up and see how that does, you can see it's now warming up and brightening her top against the background. Even brighter and brighter, and you can see the further we go here, yes, our top stands out, but we start losing a lot around on the skin as well. So let's go back down and see if we get any satisfaction or any difference going down. So if we go down, and when we get to here, look, we're starting to get somewhere slightly more interesting. We go all the way down to the bottom, and there we go. So we've actually lightened all this backdrop here and put a little bit more depth and darkness into her top. So what we can do, if we go into our HSL here, we can actually darken off a lot of this here, pulling all these back. And then, oh, not that one. Let's pull that one back up. There we go. So we found it. It's the aqua channel. We could darken that right down to just about there. We might be able to push a little bit back into the blues. There we go. We can see, because we're on the blue channel now, I'm going to show you why we're on the blue channel in a second, but we're actually not losing anything in the face. So the face is still maintaining its detail. So we're about there, and so we've still got, you can see the definition between the trousers and the top. We've got the top defined between by the cushion and against the sofa. And we've also got, which is also quite cool, the actual headline against the background. Now if we just go back into the colour version, you'll see why the colour temperature has made such a difference to the actual image. 1, 2, 3, click. So we've actually changed, pulled all this back to the blues, and then we've now got a definite definition and difference between the blue of the sofa and the yellow of the shirt. So we can then separate, and we can really then pick out in our black and white HSL, hue, saturation and luminance, the minute changes that we want to make in the lights and the dark. So if we go back into black and white here, we can now actually play very, very specifically with the blues, because remember we've made a lot of the other things in the picture blues. So we can just lighten up that background a little bit and darken her back down again. Are there any reds in there? I don't think there are any reds in there at all, you see, so her lipstick has actually gone completely. Are there any greens? Oh, there's a little bit of green, so we can actually drop the green down as well, look, and make our top even darker. Stands out a little bit more. And then purples, I want to imagine there's a little bit on there. I'll actually pull that down just to kind of bring her lips out, just to 5. So there we go. That is how we can use colour temperature to affect our black and white edited photos. Hopefully this is of use to you. We have plenty more videos, or I have plenty more videos up on my YouTube channel and also on my blog site. If you want to check out my blog site, it is www.chrisfrosin.co.uk, and I'm actually also on Facebook now as well, so if you search for Chris Frosin Photography on Facebook, the link is down below as well, and you can follow me on there and catch up on all my up-to-date edits, photo shoots and videos. And any comments or questions, please leave them below. Thank you very much, guys. Hope this has been helpful. And if you do find trouble with some of your black and white edits, just have a play with the temperature and see if you can bring out some of the different colours that you can play around with. Okay, thank you very much, guys, and I shall see you anon. Have a good day. Take care. Bye.